Vastu Swarupam, I am quoting a famous verse from one of his famous books, Viveka Chudamani, crushed jewel of discrimination. English translation is there in the bookstall. Shankara says there, Vastu Swarupam Sputavotha Chakshusha Svenaiva Vedyam Natu Panditena Chandraswarupam Nija Chakshushaiva Jnadavyam Anyai Ravagamyate Kim. The nature of truth must be realized by every person for oneself, not through a proxy of another scholar on your behalf. The full moon rising in the eastern sky, if you want to enjoy it, go and look with your own eyes, then you will enjoy it. If somebody comes and describe it to you, you will never enjoy the beauty of that full moon. What a beautiful expression. Spirituality must be realized by everyone for oneself. Vedanta adds that the birthright of every human being, that is your true nature, only be neglected. That neglect must end. And today, compulsive circumstances make us understand this truth. We can't neglect our spiritual nature anymore. We have become lost in the crowd, lost in the collectivity, lost in the technical debris of civilization. We have to rescue ourselves from that condition. So spiritual life and spiritual striving, spiritual realization are not academic, are not merely for talking. It is a striving and realization. At no time in human history has this become such a profound possibility of realization by the largest number of people as today. Decline of institutional religion, creedal religion, increase of questioning, these are all beautiful things for spiritual development. That is why, because spirituality is the very soul of a science of religion, India never suppressed questioning. Here it is creed, so they suppressed all questioning. If it is spirituality, the more you question, the better for you. Truth is not afraid of questioning. Truth shines better by investigation, by questioning. As we say in our mystical books, gold shines better when it is put through fire. The more it passes through fire, the better for gold. Nothing is lost thereby. Similarly is truth. And so this spiritual life is approached like any other scientific investigation. We have, this subject is very vast, so I can only compress it for a short talk, but much more is there available in books, Vivekananda literature, Sri Ramakrishna's Gospel, my own book, The Message of the Upanishads, Eternal Values for a Changing Society, but I put it a little in a compressed form this evening. Science studies physical nature and discovers energies hidden in a piece of matter. The primitive man knew only combustion energy. Even that much later in his life. In the beginning, we never knew how to use fire. And so one day fire was discovered. Then we became the possessor of a tremendous source of energy. We call it combustion. Burn fuel, you get energy. For thousands of years, that continued. In the last century, we found another source of energy much more immense. That's called electricity. Within matter, there is a little source of energy that's called electricity. That revolutionized modern civilization in the last century. And in this century, science has gone still deeper into matter. And we are having nuclear energy, infinite energy from the piece of matter. It's a wonderful development in the external side. Just imagine the sages of India taking up a subject similar to this, but a different category, taking up the subject of man. Here, that newborn baby. They peered into the eyes of that baby, I mean figuratively speaking, and discovered infinite sources of energy hidden in that baby. Not merely the little combustion energy in its muscle, not only its own intellectual energy, deeper still, but they found infinite energy of the Atman hidden in that child. And they devised a technique for bringing out this energy, just like as we have devised our various reactors to bring out this nuclear energy in a piece of matter. It is there. They discovered various levels of energy in every human being, as science discovered various levels of energy in a piece of matter. Shankaracharya, commenting upon a great verse in that Kathopanishad, gives us a beautiful exposition of what you call the spectrum of energy resources hidden in every human being. The whole language is scientific, which you can check up and verify for yourself. I am quoting it in English, just the substance of what he has written. Human energy resources are organized on an ascending scale, see the language, on an ascending scale of subtlety, immensity, inwardness. 3 words: subtlety, immensity, inwardness. The Sanskrit is sukshma, mahantascha, pratyagatma bhutascha. The word subtle means sukshma in Sanskrit. Gross means sthula. Here, this body is sthula. You can touch it. What you call, whatever yields to the sense of touch is called gross. So the body is gross. Then sukshma, subtle. Within this muscle, there is a tiny nerve fiber. Compared to the muscle, it is very small, more subtle in operation. Between these two, which contains more energy? The nerve fiber, not the muscle. Cut the muscle, nerve is dead. The muscle is dead. So what is sukshma or subtle contains more energy, immense. Mahantascha means that we have seen when energy is subtle, it is immense in range and power. Energy is gross, it is very ordinary. Within the human system, there is a gradation of energy. The most obvious energy is the muscle. And most people can see only that energy and say this is the greatest. I used to make fun sometimes when I address children. If a picture of Mahatma Gandhi or Jesus is placed in front of you, and also some of these great wrestlers, boxers like Muhammad Ali, 2 pictures are there. Ask children, who is greater? All of them will say Muhammad Ali is greater. What can they understand of the greatness of Mahatma Gandhi or of Jesus Christ? Here is something visible, tangible. He is the greatest hero for all little children. That's right. You can think only in a gross way. But the muscle is great. But behind the muscle is a tiny nerve fiber that contains all the energy of that muscle. It is subtle but immense and inward, truly your own self. That's the language. Truly your own self. Compared to the muscle, the nerve is truly your own self. What a wonderful idea. Go one step further. The psyche, not at all visible, not at all sensorily verifiable, and yet immense energy, that if the psyche breaks down, the muscle and the nerve are gone. They won't function at all. Psychic breakdown is an experience. We know how helpless a man becomes. I have seen a big professor, brilliant man, psychic breakdown. Like a baby, he sits helpless. What has happened to that energy? It has disappeared. It is there, but defunct, not at all available, somewhere hidden within. But he came out of it. After 6 months, he could conduct his work properly. So psyche contains more immense source of energy, is more subtle and more inward, more truly yourself. These are the 3 energies which we can now study with a certain measure of scientific accuracy. But Vedanta says the greatest energy resource lies beyond that psychic level. That's the Atman, the infinite, divine, hidden in every human being. We have psychic energy. An intellectual has plenty of psychic energy. But when something goes wrong with him, he breaks down. He has no strength. In fact, intellectuals break down more easily than ordinary people. They commit suicide more often than ordinary people. What is the strength that can stop him do this? What is the strength that can bring peace into his mind when it is disturbed? When there is a big temptation in front, a $1 million temptation, what is the strength that will resist that temptation? No intellect can resist it. No muscle can resist it. No nervous system can resist it. There must be a deeper energy to be stirred, to be able to stand this kind of pressure coming from outside. The source of freedom hidden within you. It's not there in the muscle, it's not there in the nerve, it's not there in the psychic system. It's a deeper level. We call it the Atman, the spiritual dimension of every human personality. Stir it. Energy comes. When you are tired, when you are weak, tell, I am the Atman. I am infinitely free and pure. Immediately you find some energy coursing through you. In all psychic breakdown, we give counter-suggestion to the patient. That is your true nature, not this. Try to realize it. What Vivekananda called dehypnotization. In America, when he spoke on Vedanta, that was the time people were talking about hypnotism. So somebody questioned him, Swami, are you not preaching some sort of hypnotism to people? And straight came the answer, Vedantic answer, no, I am dehypnotizing you. You are already hypnotized. You are weak, you are small, you are white, you are black, all this hypnotism. You are the infinite Atman, Tattvamasi, that is your true nature. I am dehypnotizing you, he said. What a beautiful answer. When we are hypnotized, we are weak. Our freedom goes away. And today a political orator can hypnotize a whole audience. We are all hypnotized. How to be free? We are thought for, shaped by events, forces outside of ourselves, wrote that Reader's Digest article. There's a great dangerous threat in the air, he said. Not from hydrogen bomb, but this social force that makes you an object among objects. Where is your freedom? Freedom of choice. You have lost it.